Breaking alert from South China Sea. Chinese Coast Guard. Philippine resupply vessel ramming attack. U.S. Navy destroyer watching 5 miles away. This is happening now. It's 10:47 a.m. local time. Second Thomas Shoal. Disputed waters. Spratly Islands. Philippine military outpost BRP Sierra Madre. Grounded ship, permanent garrison. 9 Filipino Marines aboard. Need supplies. Need food. Need water. Resupply mission critical. Philippine vessel approaching. BRP Unaiza Mai 1. Civilian boat, hired by military, carrying supplies, rice, medicine, fresh water, construction materials, standard resupply run, monthly mission, legal operation, Philippine territory in their view, Chinese territory in Beijing's view, disputed, contested, dangerous. Then Chinese Coast Guard vessels appear. 3 ships, large cutters, 5,000 tons each, white hulls, red stripe, armed, aggressive, blocking approach route, intercepting, preventing resupply. Navy alert, monitoring this confrontation developing, real-time coverage, breaking updates, alliance crisis, treaty obligations, American response. At 10:53 a.m., Chinese vessels close formation, surrounding Philippine boat, boxing in, preventing forward movement, radio warnings. You are entering Chinese territorial waters, turn back immediately or face consequences. Mandarin first, then broken English. Intimidation clear. Should U.S. defend Philippine vessels? Comment Y or N. Philippine captain responds, "This is Philippine resupply vessel conducting lawful operations in Philippine territorial waters. Second Thomas Shoal is Philippine territory. We have right of passage." Defiant, professional, but nervous. 3 large Chinese ships versus 1 small Philippine boat. Math not favorable. BRP Unaiza May 1 attempts to maneuver around blockade, turning east, trying alternate route. Chinese vessels adjust, blocking again, coordinated movement, professional seamanship, but hostile intent. They're not letting resupply happen. Starve out garrison, force abandonment, seize shoal, strategic objective. 5 miles away, USS Dewey DDG 105, Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, 9,000 tons. Monitoring situation, radar tracking, cameras recording, bridge crew watching. This is why America patrols here. This is what freedom of navigation protects. Allies under pressure, treaty obligations activating. Hit like if you support our Philippine allies. At 11:08 a.m., largest Chinese cutter accelerates, heading straight for Philippine vessel, collision course, deliberate ramming attack, no accident, no navigation error, intentional impact, weapon of choice, hull as battering ram, 4,000 tons of steel, against 800-ton Philippine boat, physics brutal. Philippine crew sees it coming, shouting, bracing, no time to maneuver, no room to escape. Chinese ship too fast, too close, impact in seconds, crew grabbing anything, preparing for collision. This is going to hurt. Impact at 11:09 a.m., tremendous crash, metal tearing, hull buckling, Philippine boat pushed sideways, rolling, water flooding, crew thrown, equipment scattered, supplies damaged, chaos aboard. The Chinese cutter pulls away, damage visible, bow dented, but operational. Built for this. Reinforced hull. Ramming capability designed in. This isn't accident, this is doctrine, this is tactic. Use size, use mass, use physics. Disable smaller vessels without firing shots. Gray zone warfare perfected. How many times has China rammed Philippine vessels? A 3 times B, 12 times C, 27 times? BRP Unaiza May 1 lists heavily, taking water, port side damaged, hull breach below waterline, pumps working, crew bailing, fighting to stay afloat, radio calls for help. Mayday, mayday. We've been rammed, taking water, need assistance. Voice panicked, situation desperate. Navy alert sources confirm this is escalation pattern. Chinese Coast Guard increasingly aggressive. Water cannons, then close approaches. Now ramming. Each incident bolder. Each action riskier. Testing Philippine resolve. Testing American commitment. How far can they push before consequences? Philippine Navy headquarters alerted. Manila Command Center, President briefed. Mutual Defense Treaty invoked. Article 4. Armed attack on Philippine vessels. In Philippine territorial waters, alliance obligations triggered. America must respond, but how? When? With what? Is this an act of war? Comment yes or no. USS Dewey receives new orders. Close the distance, increase presence, show support, not engage, not escalate, but demonstrate commitment. American destroyer accelerates, 28 knots, closing from 5 miles to 2 miles. Message being sent, we see this. We're watching. We're here. Second Chinese cutter moves toward damaged Philippine boat, not helping, threatening, closing for potential second ram, finishing the job, sink the vessel, eliminate resupply capability, force garrison abandonment, mission nearly complete. If you want breaking naval news, type Navy alert below. But Philippine crew fights back. Damage control working, leak partially controlled, pumps keeping up, boat stabilizing, still afloat, still functional, still determined. These are tough sailors, hard men, island nation culture. They know boats, no water, no survival. At 11:23 a.m., USS Dewey arrives on scene 2 miles from incident. American destroyer visible, imposing, powerful. Aegis radar illuminating everyone, fire control systems tracking, weapons ready, not aiming, not threatening, just present, just capable, message clear. Chinese vessels adjust positioning, more cautious now. American warship changes calculations. Ramming Philippine boat is one thing. Incident with U.S. destroyer completely different. Risk assessment updating. Command decisions required, Beijing consultation necessary. The Dewey's captain makes radio call. Open frequency. Everyone listening. This is United States Navy destroyer. We are monitoring situation. Philippine vessel is ally under Mutual Defense Treaty. Any further aggressive action will be viewed seriously. Exercise restraint. Diplomatic language, but threat unmistakable. Chinese response cold. This is China Coast Guard. We are conducting law enforcement in Chinese territorial waters. Foreign warships have no jurisdiction. Leave immediately. Defiant, unyielding, no backing down, face matters, national pride, Xi Jinping watching, weakness unacceptable. Standoff develops. Philippine boat damaged but floating, Chinese cutters surrounding, American destroyer nearby, triangle formation, nobody moving, nobody backing down, tension maximum, one wrong move, one miscalculation, everything explodes. How will this confrontation end? Comment your prediction. At 11:47 a.m., Philippine Navy ships appear on horizon. 2 corvettes responding from Palawan, an hour away still, but coming. Reinforcements, national assets, sovereign response. This is Philippine territory, Philippine vessels, Philippine fight, but American support matters. Alliance works, combined strength. Chinese calculate odds. 3 Coast Guard cutters, 1 damaged Philippine boat, 1 American destroyer, 2 Philippine corvettes approaching. Math changing, balance shifting. Strategic objective achieved partially. Resupply blocked. Boat damaged, point made. Maybe enough. Maybe time to withdraw. The Dewey maintains position. Radar active. Weapons ready. Cameras recording everything. This footage goes to Pentagon, to State Department, to Congress. Evidence of Chinese aggression, proof of ramming, documentation for diplomacy, or for escalation, depending on Washington decision. Philippine crew continues damage control, leak slowing, pumps winning, boat saved probably, but mission failed. Supplies damaged, water contaminated, food spoiled, can't deliver to garrison. Marines on Second Thomas Shoal remain undersupplied. Chinese objective achieved. Blockade successful. International response building, ASEAN statements, Japanese concern, Australian support, Vietnam sympathy. Everyone watching, everyone calculating. If China rams Philippines today, who's next? Vietnam tomorrow, Malaysia, Indonesia. Everyone vulnerable, everyone threatened. U.S. State Department issues statement. United States condemns dangerous and escalatory action by China Coast Guard. Ramming Philippine vessel in disputed waters violates international law and threatens regional stability. America stands with treaty allies. Mutual defense treaty obligations clear. Translation: we support Philippines, we're committed, we'll respond somehow. But response options limited. Military action risks war, economic sanctions hurt both sides, diplomatic protests China ignores. What's left? Increased presence, more patrols, more exercises, more alliance strengthening, long-term strategy, persistent pressure, no quick fixes, no easy answers. At 12:15 p.m., Chinese cutters begin withdrawal. Slow departure, not fleeing, not defeated, just repositioning. Mission accomplished. Message sent. Resupply blocked, boat damaged, alliance tested. Enough for today. They'll return. They always do. Persistent harassment, constant pressure, salami slicing strategy. The Dewey escorts damaged Philippine vessel. Protective formation, show of support, tangible commitment, alliance in action, treaty obligations demonstrated. Words become deeds, promises become presence. This is what allies do. This is what treaties mean. This is why America patrols here. Philippine corvettes arrive at 12:34 p.m., taking over escort duties. National sovereignty, local control, but appreciation evident. Radio thanks to Dewey. Thank you for assistance, alliance strong. Simple words, deep meaning, trust earned, commitment proven. The damaged BRP Uniza Mai 1 limps toward Palawan. Escort by corvettes, repairs needed, hull damage, structural integrity compromised, but crew safe, boat floating. Mission survived if not accomplished. Live to resupply another day. Persistence matters, determination counts. USS Dewey returns to patrol. Mission continues, freedom of navigation, alliance support, presence operations. Because South China Sea isn't going away. Chinese aggression isn't stopping. Philippine vulnerability isn't decreasing. American commitment isn't wavering. This is long game. Marathon, not sprint. Persistence versus pressure. Endurance versus aggression. Pentagon analysis shows increasing Chinese Coast Guard operations. More vessels, more aggressive, more coordinated. Ramming becoming standard tactic. Water cannons old news. Now physical impact. Next escalation? What? Live fire, seizure, sinking? Where does it end? When does restraint break? Questions without answers. Concerns without solutions? Technology offers limited help. Reinforced hulls, better pumps, damage control equipment, but ultimately Philippines outmatched. Coast Guard fleet tiny compared to China, 8 ships versus hundreds. Economic disparity massive. Military capability incomparable. Alliance essential. American commitment critical. Without U.S. support, Philippines loses. Simple math, brutal reality. Regional allies increase cooperation. Philippines, Japan, Australia, United States, Quad Plus, combined exercises, intelligence sharing, coordinated patrols, strength through unity, collective defense. Because alone, everyone vulnerable, together, perhaps sustainable, alliance math, security calculus, survival strategy. This incident proves alliance value. Treaty isn't just paper. Commitment isn't just words. Destroyer presence mattered. Chinese calculations changed. Escalation limited. Without American warship, ramming might have continued. Boat might have sunk. Crew might have died. Presence prevented. Deterrence worked. Partially anyway. But challenges remain. How many patrols can Navy sustain? How many ships available? How many destroyers in 7th Fleet? Resources limited, commitments unlimited. South China Sea, East China Sea, Taiwan Strait, Korean Peninsula. Too many crisis points, too few ships. Math problematic. Future incidents guaranteed. Chinese pressure continues. Philippine resupply missions persist. American patrols maintain. Friction inevitable. Collisions possible. Escalation probable. Someone will miscalculate. Someone will overreact. Limited incident becomes major crisis. Regional problem becomes global war. Hopefully not, but possibly yes. Final status: Chinese Coast Guard rammed Philippine resupply vessel. Hull damaged, mission failed, U.S. destroyer witnessed. Alliance invoked, Chinese withdrew. No casualties, no sinking, but precedent set. Ramming normalized, aggression demonstrated. Alliance tested. America responded. Treaty honored, but challenge continues. Threat persists. South China Sea remains contested. Dangerous, critical. The answer? C. China has rammed Philippine vessels approximately 27 times in past 5 years, increasing frequency, escalating severity, from bumps to rams, from scratches to breaches, pattern clear, strategy obvious, pressure relentless, Philippines suffering, alliance critical, American commitment essential. Should U.S. Navy permanently escort Philippine resupply missions? Will China escalate to live fire? Can regional war be prevented? Hit like if you want real-time alliance coverage. Subscribe to Navy Alert, where maritime news breaks first. South China Sea operations, alliance commitments, Chinese aggression, treaty obligations, real-time reporting, expert analysis. This is what we do. This is why it matters. This is Navy Alert, where alliances are tested, where commitments count, where coverage matters most.